All right, I'd like to take a second to introduce our second set of sharks. From left to right, we'll start with Adam Binder. He is the owner of Creative Click Media. Thank you for joining us, Adam. Stacy Romano, Assistant Vice President of M&T Bank. Maram Balik, Executive Director of the Toms River Business Improvement District and a member of the Chamber of Commerce, of course. And, of course, Jeffrey Digger, owner of Acme Video Productions. With that, we're going to introduce our next contestant. That is Noah Hillsdorf, and he is going to be presenting to you an architectural design and contracting firm. Strangely enough, Noah is looking to go to either Temple or Drexel to study architecture when he's done with high school. So, Noah, take it away.
Thank you. Hello, Sharks. Thank you for having me. My firm is Designs with Hillsdorf & Co. We are a combined architecture and contracting firm based here in Toms River. So the problem I've identified is that when you're going to start a project, and we want to build a house, you have to first hire an architect, go through the whole deal with them. Then you also have to go separately to a contractor who's supposed to put that plan in action. Two separate businesses that often have questions they want each other to answer. We're trying to fix that problem. As well, in the area we're located in New Jersey, there's a lot of aging infrastructure that we feel we could have a lot of project opportunities with. So that's where we come in. So Hillsdorf & Co. is a company that is bringing customers a new quality version of an architecture and contracting firm. What Designs aims to do is cut cost, make the project go faster, and also get rid of some of that stress you're going to find yourself with. This is an example of one of our yard signs we're going to put in front of project areas. So it specifies what we do. One of our logos is a house to a home, which we like to stress to our clients. And also we have our website. So Designs provides a dual service of planning and building in one house. We cover both sides and eliminate cost and bureaucracy. The customer base, we believe, will see huge savings and benefits. Our location, like I said before, is in Toms River in downtown. Our headquarters is going to be a historic recreation of the Ocean House Hotel, which used to be on the corner of Main and Water Streets. And what we're going to use it as is an income property, a mixed-use development property, actually. So for the business, we'll be located in this little part. The rest is where we make some extra money on the side. We're going to rent the bottom for retail, and the top will be apartments. This will be separately financed through our partners. Market area of Toms River, New Jersey. In New Jersey, there's over 100,000 contractors, but also in 2019, almost 40,000 housing units as an example of projects that are ongoing were approved. So we think there's a lot of opportunities for us to fit in the market space. So our service, we do public, private, including commercial and residential projects. Like I said before, we come in pairs. The architects take the idea of the owner, come up with plans, and then the contractors basically tell you what you can and cannot do. Our structure of the business is 3 architects, 2 contractors, and 1 office manager. Each architect has a 15% stake, except for myself as the owner. I have a 25% stake, and the 2 contractors have 15 each as well. Now, this is an example of our financials over the next 3 years. The big jump you see here is when our HQ is done and we start making income on the retail and the residential part of it. So what we're asking for is 3 installments of $100,000 for 15% of the business. This is broken down into 3 years, a 5% stake being gifted for each $100,000 over the 3 years. And what we're going to use the money for is capital investments first, the equipment we're going to need to have the architects put their plans together, temporary office rent while we're building the HQ, equipment for our contractor, and profit stabilization. And that's my ask.
Let's give it up for Noah. Great job. Good job. Sharks, who's going to get us started? Fantastic. Go ahead, Jeff.
So can you go back to the slide with the financials?
Yeah.
Which is the numbers that kick in the profit from the building?
2024.
Now, is that building require renovations, or is it going to be like move in and just starting to make money right away?
We're building it brand new, so it shouldn't need any renovations, and we should be able to move in right away.
So that's the multi-use building?
Yes.
Okay, so that it is not in existence at the moment?
No, that's why we're going to have to rent an office temporarily.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
And what are those numbers for the revenue for that building based on?
The calculated the rent on the retail and the rent on the apartments.
Okay.
You said that you'll put the building on the corner of Water and Main?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the parking lot where there is right now?
That's where the 7-Eleven is.
Okay.
We would buy out the 7-Eleven.
So you'll buy the property. Do you
And
know how
build.
much that property is worth?
It's worth about $500,
Okay.
and we're obviously not going to use the 7-Eleven. We're going to have to knock that down.
I know, great job. So the revenue is just for the income for the property? Is that?
No, that's included in the third year. We also have estimated revenues from the projects we're going to be working on.
Okay. And do you know what typical a design would cost? Do you charge per hour? Is it billing per hour or per job?
It's a huge mix of billing per hour, but also it depends on what you want us to design. Like we could be putting in an HVAC, or we could be designing a whole new building. So it's hard to place an exact cost. That's why we had to do a lot of estimating.
Okay. And the contractors, are they going to be subcontracting the work out, or are you going to hire all, like, when you mean the contractors, is that going to be carpenters, electricians, plumbers?
It's a general
or are you
contractor.
a general contractor.
Yeah.
Okay, so then everything else will be subbed out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just to follow up what Stacey said, the general contractor will actually be part of the company?
Yes.
So he'll be on the payroll and part owner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then everything else will be subcontracted out under them?
Yeah.
Okay,
They'll pick their people that they want to do the project with.
okay, thank you.
Just to clarify the structure, so you're asking for 100,000 and 5% will be granted at each milestone.
Yes.
Okay. Would you be open to, front loading that if we wanted to, put up the whole 300,000 right up front?
Are you saying if you put it in the first year?
Yep.
300,000 in the first year? Yeah, then we would put the 15% out with it.
How did you get interested in architectural?
It's hard to, it's like ever since I was little, I always liked looking at buildings. I thought they were interesting. And I would do a lot of sketching of buildings around Tom's River, just little drawings. And like one time when I was younger, my aunt was talking about doing an addition on her house. And I got all excited and got out a piece of paper and like started, oh, you could do this and you could do this and you could do this. So I was like, well, probably architecture is a good idea then for a career.
Great.
So you'll need 500,000 to acquire the property. You said that you'll have other investors.
That the partners are going to put in their own money.
So the
Architects and contractors.
architect and the contractors.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be your initial investment with essentially your core employees.
Yes.
And do you have those lined up,
The employees?
the contractors?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's give it up for Noah. Great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Next in the tank is Madison Miranda, showing off her TBI detecting mouth guard. She plans on attending Grayson College for 2 years, then transferring to Florida State University to major in criminology. She either wants to be a police officer or doctor. Between you and me, she has no idea what she wants to do. She actually wrote that joke for me, believe it or not. So here she is, Madison. Good luck.
Hello Sharks, my name is Madison Miranda and I am the owner of Guard Geek. So what is GuardGeek? GuardGeek is a mouthguard that uses modern-day technology to detect traumatic brain injuries as well as the possibility of a concussion. Why is this important? According to the CDC, an estimated 1.5 million Americans suffer from a traumatic brain injury each year. That's with over 230,000 people hospitalized, and as of 2019 alone, over 61,000 deaths occurred because of concussions. So with football being the #1 sport in our country, there are around 300,000 reported traumatic brain injuries just playing that sport, and that's with 5 in 10 going undetected. So there's a serious issue in the athletics department. How will it work? Our product will use magnetoencephalography, which is a non-invasive medical test that measures the magnetic fields that are produced by your brain's electrical currents. So what you have in front of you is a sticker, and each sticker will be placed on the front, the sides, and the back of a helmet. And on the back of each sticker, there's a microchip. That microchip is also embedded in the mouth guard, which will allow the product to transfer all the information it gathers to the app to show you the location of the traumatic brain injury and the size. So whether it's in the frontal lobe or the temporal lobe, as well as like the severity of your injury. So our products, it includes a boil and bite mouth guard so that it's ensured to fit every smile. We also have an app that you can download from any app store, as well as the stickers that you guys have in front of you. So where can you get it? We'll sell our products in stores such as Dick's Sporting Goods, as well as on Amazon and our own website where you can customize your mouth guard. We also will be advertising in sports medicine offices, just so the athletes and the parents can get more information on our product, as well as billboards in front of sporting arenas. So as of right now, we don't have any competition on the actual market because no one is selling a product similar to this. So Prevent IM mouthguard, they're pretty bulky, they're not sold anywhere, and as of right now, their clients are also their product researchers. So those are like collegiate rugby teams that they're using to test out their product. Also, the SISU Sense, it's not, according to their website, it states that it's not a medical diagnostic device. So basically, it won't actually tell you if you have a concussion, and it won't show you the location or the severity of your injury. It just shows you the impact. According to their website, it's also not available on the market, as it says it's temporarily unavailable. So I'm asking for $500,000 for 20%, and I would hope to get 2 investors, each getting 10% of my company. That's all.
All right, let's give it up for Madison. Great job.
Thank you.
Sharks, it's up to you. Who's starting? Go ahead, Jeff. Oh. You guys fight it out. Go ahead.
All right. How does that break down the $500,000 investment? What exactly will that money be used for?
So this money will be used for producing our products, as well as hiring the best neurosurgeons and like engineers possible to create a safer product. It's also going to be used for our advertising, because that's a big thing. We also would like to get some endorsements with professional teams to put ourselves out there, especially for the youth athletes.
What's your, when will I get that money back? What's your 3-year projection or 5-year projection?
So by the 3 years, we are set to be worth over $46 million. That's with about 500,000 customers. So within the 3rd or 2nd year, you should get all that money back by then.
What also about patent? Do you have a pending patent?
We have a pending patent, but we don't have a current patent right now.
Is there a budget to get a patent within that 500,000?
Yeah, yes.
How many sales did you estimate?
So this is based off of 3 years. So around 3 years, we're estimating about 500,000 sales.
Okay, and that's based on 300,000 concussions annually. So you're looking to capture at least 50% of that market. Okay. I do see that you improved the competitor research from the last time. That's good. I think that really helps make the case for this. And I think that 50% in light of that competition is feasible. Nice.
interested in the technology of it, because I'm not technology savvy at all. So is it really possible that a chip will be able to detect a concussion like that and do that?
Yes. So basically, in hospitals, it's a huge machine that really just detects the magnetic fields that are produced by the electrical currents in your brain. So the chip is actually just there to measure those magnetic fields to show the size of the injury. So all this then gets transferred to your app.
Okay. And would the chip be on the inside of the helmet or on the outside? Or?
So each athlete gets 4 stickers. They would be put on the inside. So you have 2 on the sides over here and then 1 in the front and the back, just because you can get a concussion in different parts of your brain. Mm-hmm. And then these chips are also in the mouth guard. So this is part of the boil and bite. So it won't affect the chip, because this is the separation between the wax and then where the chip would be. And then this is typically what it would look like, if you would like to see it.
Yeah, that's cool. And the chip is going to actually be able to handle the impact?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's protected between layers. So this is the base layer, and then we have, this would be the boil and bite. So they'd be underneath the base layer.
Okay, so would be the chips?
Yes.
Nicole, did you want? And how did you come up with this idea?
So my little brother, he's a really big kid, so I'd like to see him play football one day. But my mom's biggest concern is concussions. And with how many they can go undetected just in youth athletes alone, her biggest concern was how he would handle the injury and whether we would know if he was hurt. So with this product, we would be able to help millions of Americans as well as people who you're close to. It gives the parents a little peace of mind knowing that they have all the information.
And the two competitive competitors, they're not selling on market at all?
No.
So there's nothing that's being sold right now on market at all?
Nothing. So the Prevent IM, they've actually been researching their form of technology since 2018, and they have yet to produce the product and sell them on their website. Like I said, they're only using Penn State collegiate teams like that as their product researchers. And then the SISU Sense company, they have not produced, they have their product, but it only detects how many impacts you take, not exactly if it's a concussion or what other traumatic brain injury it could have been.
It doesn't tell you where that is either?
No, it just tells you that you got hit in the head, and then whether it was a hard impact or a soft impact.
Okay.
I have one more question, sorry. So I'm a big sports fan, and watching the Rangers game the other night, the goalie got hit really hard, and the camera zoomed in on him because he kept blinking his eyes, he was shaking his head. They took him off immediately because he was so mad because he said he always does that with his eyes. He didn't feel like he had a concussion. With something like this, would that have been able to tell the people in the locker room or the doctors in the locker room immediately if he had a concussion?
Yes. So with the app, all the on-sport doctors have access to their players' information. So on the initial impact, they will be able to look and see where the injury was and the possibility and the severity. So that way it allows them to really focus in on their patient rather than you're hurt, what can we do from here?
So if you have a team of players and they all have this technology in their head, do they all need a separate app, or can it be set up so that it goes through one app? And do they receive an alert? If I took a hit to the head, would the app create an alert for the person monitoring it, saying that Jeff just took a shot to the head and he's delirious? And can all of the team be monitored through one app, or does every person need their own individual app?
So with teams, individually, if it was one athlete and their parent, they would download, make their own profile with all their medical information stored, and then that way their parent and them have access to it. But if we're talking about a team organization, each individual team, the sports doctor on site, they would have all their team's information gathered in one place. It's there's a team account and there's also an individual account. It just depends on where it's being used.
I was just going to ask one more question. What's the cost projection to build the app?
So to build the app, actually it's only around $4,000 to produce, and then to renew it on the app stores yearly, it's only about $90. That's each app store.
Great job. Let's give it up for Madison.
Thank you.
Great job. She only used 3 words that I didn't know in her presentation, so that was outstanding. Really good. That's it. Next up, we have Jake Wilbur and his heated ice cream scooper, Quick Scoops. He will be attending Lycoming College to study mathematics and to play on the baseball team. So bring it on, Jake. Good luck.
Hello, my name is Jake Wilbur, and my product is Quick Scoops. This product is a heated ice cream scooper that allows you to make quick and easy scoops at any time and any place. The heated technology inside to heat the ice cream scooper up, you will turn a dial to heat the temperature of your choice between 50 degrees, 65 degrees, and 80 degrees. And it will easily melt the ice cream. The ice cream will take about 20 to 30 seconds to melt. And then I want to do this because I love eating ice cream, and I don't like waiting for the ice cream to finish getting soft. So this product is made of 1.1 pounds of aluminum, which is around the cost of $1.60. We do have one competitor that is not an electrically powered ice cream scooper. It's powered by your body heat. This product is dishwasher safe. The technology is going to be the same heating technology that is used in heated car seats and heated blankets. This product will be chargeable by USB, and it will be made in China to save money until we can expand our factories into the U.S. We will be mainly selling our product on our website. We will also be trying to get into a few stores such as ShopRite, HomeGoods, and Target. We are talking about partnering with ice cream shops in town. These include Rich's, Sundays, and Mr. Softy. For advertising, we will have billboards promoting the product and ads on social media like that one right over there. And we will promote on the radio too. This product is going to need $20,000 to $70,000 in startup funds. And these are mainly for the parts of the ice cream scooper and inventory to make more. It costs about $3 to manufacture, and we're selling it for $20. I'm asking for $50,000 for 15%. This investment will be used to get our product into more stores nationwide and to build more workspaces for our product to be manufactured. And my finances, my 3-year earnings projections is $96,000 in the first year, which is around $4,800 of the ice cream scooper sold, and $112,000 in the second year and $130,000 in the third year. We're hoping to break even by the end of the first year, if not the beginning of the second year. That's it.
Let's give it up for Jake. All right. Let's hope the Sharks throw you some softballs. Who's going to start? All right.
So, I personally have run a spoon under hot water to get some ice cream when it was too hard to access. So I like the idea. It's cool. I'm really surprised no one's done it yet. And I'm also surprised that you did not mention social media marketing. I think that did I miss anything? Is there any plan for social? I thought I heard billboards and radio.
Oh,
you did.
We'll
okay,
have
cool.
ads on social media.
Any specifics on that?
We want to try to make accounts on probably Instagram, maybe Facebook, and try to give out discounts and show what our product is about.
Okay.
I'm a huge ice cream fan. My concern would be how fast, by the time I'm scooping and then putting into a bowl or into the cone, will it be dripping? I mean, how is it just hot enough just to slide it, slide the scoop through?
It depends on what temperature you put it on. So if you put it on 50, it'll take longer, but it won't be as soft. And if you put it up to 80 degrees, it will be as soft as you want. I'm guessing probably not for a cone, because it would probably start melting.
So ice cream stores, like Rich's, or they wouldn't be using this because it wouldn't be able to scoop on the cone?
No, they can use it if they use the other temperatures that
Okay.
are provided, and we could also like sell them in those stores.
Do you have employees?
Yes, we have employees that work in the factories to manufacture them. We have around 50 as of right now.
Okay. 'Cause, you said that it takes $1.60 to make, and you probably go to China. So do you have like a marketing company? What's the percentage of administrative costs and marketing, and then the investment?
So I don't have that, but we're gonna be mainly like it's $3 to make. The $1.60 is just for the aluminum, and then the insides are the rest.
And I'm sorry, you wanted $50,000 for 15%, correct? Okay, thank you.
I heard what you said when you started about heating the spoon. I just throw the half a gallon in the microwave for 15 seconds and scoop it out. Why would I want to spend $20 on that when I can just nuke my ice cream?
I mean, you can do that, but I feel like it would be easier to, like, if you didn't want to eat the entire gallon, you could use the ice cream scooper, put it into the gallon and like make your own ice cream, and add any toppings you want.
I have another question. So you said that you would have employees and stuff. Is there rent? Like, are you going to have a Sticks and Bricks location?
Yeah, we're gonna have a location, like not a big factory to begin with, but a location that we can hold a certain amount of employees to make these products. And yes, we're paying rent for it of around like $1,700 a month.
Okay, so you have employees to pay for, you have rent to pay for, and you're asking us for $50,000. I'm assuming that you would have a patent pending. Do you think that you would need more than $50,000 to start up?
I think we would be able to sell enough to definitely make the money back, but more than $50,000 would definitely be helpful, yes.
But now you're talking about these employees after you've made enough from the manufacturers in China. Am I correct in that? That the employees and stuff wouldn't kick in until the product was moved here for manufacture?
Yeah.
Well, what about the infrastructure of the actual manufacture? I mean, would you be creating the actual aluminum form? Would you be casting your own aluminum
Yes.
in-house?
Yes.
Okay. And a space that rents for $1,700 a month, you think would be big? And how many square footage would that be? You know, I mean, I don't know much about casting metals and stuff, but it seems to me like you would need a decent amount size space for that kind of manufacture.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think in this particular case, you might be vastly underestimating the cost of your rental in that regard. So you may want to take a look at that, you know, manufacturing machines for casting aluminum. How many can they produce per hour? You know, based upon your sales. How many do you need to produce? What's your minimum to produce? How many assemblers do you need to keep that number going? Things like that.
All right.
And I'm also just to, you know, echo what you're saying, is that when you take the production from China, it's going to cost you more to make that same product in the States. So although you're charging $20 at the startup, you'd probably have to increase it to $30 when you make it in the States. So, you know, your projections for 3 years would probably change. You obviously don't want to run a company at a loss. Okay?
Great job. Let's give it up for Jake. Good job.
Thank you.
My biggest concern is that the only way I keep the calories off is I can't get any ice cream out. So that I'm scared about getting full scoops. But great job. All right, next up, we have Quintus Sturzebecker. Is that close, I hope? And his grocery delivery app. He's planning on attending Rutgers University in New Brunswick to study computer science, and then he wants to work for a top 5 tech company, or, of course, the obvious alternative, working with a prosthetics company. So, Quintus, you're up.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Quintus Sturzebecker. I'd like to introduce to you grocery, the easier way to grocery shop. In the grocery delivery industry, there are many, many problems. Lack of ease of use, long wait times for the customer to get their groceries, and also companies not maintaining their apps. I provide a solution. An innovative app that is well maintained, has many options, a wide variety, and is also very quick for the customer. I like to develop grocery as a grocery delivering app, hence the name, and I want to guarantee that customers will have their groceries delivered to them quicker than any other company. We'd also like to introduce ourselves to many stores, local, small, and also large. Down on Lakers Hook Road, there's an Asian market that I'd like to allow to be on grocery. And I'd also like to allow Stop and Shop or ShopRite. Our target market is elderly people. To advertise to them, we'd introduce ourselves in newspapers, on TV, on billboards. Elderly people are more physical and appreciate seeing things, feeling things, hearing things, not digital. They like to see it in the real world. For our second audience, I like to appeal to young adults or adults who work 9 to 5s, who don't have that much time, who are on their feet or just do not want to be bothered grabbing that cereal box that's way above them. To advertise to them, we'll go to the digital landscape. We'll use this service that Google provides called personalized ads, where they take the data they receive from users and they categorize that into many demographics. They say, oh, this one person's part of this demographic. We'll tell our advertisers that if they want to appeal to this one person, they should do this type of ad. And then our company will make an ad that targets that demographic. Our rollout and growth plans are to start in New York City, as it is a high-tech urban area with a lot of people. Also, the gig economy is well established there. So people already use Instacart or DoorDash or Uber. In our second year, we'd like to expand to other states and cities, states such as New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and also cities such as Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., or Boston. In our third year of operation, we'd like to expand to the whole nation, open the floodgates, and allow everyone to use grocery. Here's the way that I'm organizing employees, their leads, the lower employees, and the managers of the leads. All of them directly lead up to me, the president. Here are the roles and also the descriptions of each role that were presented earlier. I also list the amount of years experience I'd like them to have and also the amount of education I'd like them to have. So as grocery grows throughout the years, we like to increase the number of employees. In our first year, we'd like to start off with 4 employees, including myself. An employee will receive between $40,000 and $60,000 per year, as that is around the starting median salary for, say, a programmer. For 4 employees, that would cost $200,000 in our first year. In our second year, we'd like to double our employee count. For new hires, we keep the same $40,000 to $60,000, but we'd also like to increase the pay of our current employees by 10 to 20%, depending on their efficiency and how much work they've done. That would cost us $450,000. In our third year, we'd like to double again and go up to 16 employees. Same old $40,000 to $60,000 for new hires, and same old employees get a raise of 10 to 20%. That would cost us $1 million in salaries. As we know that New York City is an expensive place to live, we also know that driving to New York City is also very expensive for gas money. Grocery, in our third year, once we establish our office, will allow or will compensate our employees when they drive to our office, or if they like, they can telecommute from home, where they do not have to drive, do not have to spend money, or use their cars. For our drivers, we will not consider them as employees in the sense that our office workers are. Their hours range from whatever times they wish. Compared to other companies, we are paying them 75 cents per mile that they drive, along with a minimum of $5 that will be mandatory. This will all be placed upon the customer. The reason the payment is so high, the costs are so high, is because we like to, through our grocery app, we are disabling other apps such as DoorDash or Uber from being used at the same time. So that way, our customers get a speedy delivery. We'll guarantee that. And if drivers are reported to be using multiple phones on their arms, I remember I walked into Artisans a couple months ago, and I saw this guy with 3 phones on his arm. If a driver is caught doing that, they'll be permanently banned from using grocery and delivering with us. For our drivers, we like to offer them insurance. We noted that Instacart does not provide insurance for their drivers, but we looked at other companies as well. DoorDash does, and thus we'd also like to provide insurance for our drivers. This will only apply in accident settings where the driver's personal auto insurance will not cover them. This is also only applies if the driver does have personal auto insurance. Here are our financials, our salaries, advertising, servers. We won't have an office until our third year. Also, our income is based off the sense that in our first year, we are primarily going to be developing our app. So we don't expect it to roll out until the second half of our first year or the last quarter of the first year. Thus, we only expect around $50,000 in profit. We expect that we'll get 10,000 users to pay our $5 service fee, which will go to us directly. In our first year, we will lose money, but luckily, in our second year, we'll start gaining money, and also in our third year, we'll be massively profitable. My ask is for $3 million for 30% stake in grocery. Thank you.
Give it up for quiz. Sharks, it's up to you. Okay. Al?
So I do internet marketing for a living, and I'm curious about, have you researched the name? How much it would cost just to have, I'm assuming you want a website, grocery, any single word domain. You know, they're so expensive right now.
So from what I remember, my brother is a software engineer. He does have a website. if I remember correctly, it's between $300 and maybe $2,000. That's for his own personal website where he put his resume and everything for companies to see. I expect with grocery, if we have our own servers, this is how much it will cost. It will be $1,500 in our first year, $2,000 in our second year, and $3,000 in our third year of us just running our own servers, or not running, renting servers.
Yeah. My question was about the actually obtaining the domain. Single name domains are so expensive right now. So like grocery.com, grocery.co, or grocery.io. Is that something that you factored in? Like I've searched for domains before, things I wanted to buy, and I was very surprised that some of them were $50,000, $100,000 for a name. Is that something that's factored in?
No, sir.
I have a question. So you're asking for $3 million, but first year you're at a loss. Year 2, all right, you get a little bit. Year 3, you're doing 2.3. How many years do I have to wait to get my $3 million back?
I would expect by year 5 or year 6, you will receive your money back. You'll receive that $3 million, and we can part ways.
So,
if you'd like.
Okay, why would I give you $3 million just to give you $3 million and then make it back? I want to make money.
How much interest would you like?
Yeah, touche.
What's the 30% when you said $3 million for 30%? Is that an equity share in the company, or is that, what does that cover?
So that would be 30% of our stock holdings. So you would be a minority owner of our stocks. We are trying to classify as a C company, so we can be on the stock market. You would get 30% stake in grocery.
Does that $3 million factor in the cost of getting on the stock market?
No, it does not.
Okay.
I love that you did the breakdown for the employees. So that was very clever presentation. Questions about if I'm a driver, right? You're paying me 75 cents a mile, right? I would think my cost would probably be, especially with gas going up the way it is, probably about that. So, am I getting paid hourly or just the $5 for?
So the $5 is per delivery that you do. If we look at our competitors such as Instacart, they only pay 55 cents per delivery, along with a minimum of $3 tip.
So is that all they get? I mean, I'm clueless. Is that's all I would be making? It's just really on tips? You're not paying me hourly or by you're not paying me per delivery.
I'm only paying per delivery, ma'am.
But $5, but just the $5.
$5 and then the 75 cents per mile.
What is a normal? So how far is a normal delivery? So especially if I'm in New York City, it could take me, right, probably an hour to go 10 blocks, which would be a mile. So is that something that was factored in, or so I would be doing that for just $5.75?
If the driver would like, they'd also be allowed to bike to their destinations, so time could be quicker. The time to get to the deliveries would be quicker. Also, the cost would go down as they don't have to spend anything on gas.
So you would still pay 75 cents a mile even if I was on a bike?
Yes.
Okay.
But then it comes into the question, how big of an order could a person on a bike deliver? You know, if somebody does their weekly shopping with this, you know, I just picked up food last night through the call-in. I went and picked it up, and it wasn't even that big of an order, and we had 10 bags in the back of my car. So how does that factor in, you know, like Stacey, you made a good point about being in the city, slow commute times, and, you know, if I have a big order, what do I do? You know, now I gotta get a bike with a trailer.
We expect that the drivers would only deliver on bike if the order is smaller and does not weigh as much or is less bulky than, say, a larger order. We hope that drivers would drive their vehicles in the rural areas where there sure are more miles, but there's less congestion and thus time would go down. The wait time for customers would go down.
How would you ensure, you're saying one of the main selling propositions is that you're going to be the fastest. And I see that you're going to pay people better. I appreciate that. I think that's awesome. Not enough companies do it. But what if, New York City is a great example. I mean, you can get slowed down. It could take an hour to go 10 blocks, like Stacy said. How do you ensure that it is the fastest? And what do you do if, if a delivery does take a really long time?
So earlier I mentioned that, so drivers for other companies or other apps, they usually do multiple orders at a time, which delays the process of a customer getting their delivery. We ban anyone who does multiple deliveries at a time. Also, you say, what if it takes an hour or 2 hours for someone to drive 10 blocks? Then to satisfy the customer, we'd offer a partial refund on our service fee. So the driver would still get their compensation, but our company would go from $5 service fee to, say, $1 service fee. So the customer pays less.
So you're going to... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Their groceries still cost however much they pay, so it'd be like $50 to $100. But our service fee would be excluded, and that would lower the customer's costs.
Gotcha.
All right, I have a question. You said in the beginning, the first year you would want to market on the senior community, because you said yourself that, you want to do papers because they want hard copies. So how would you convince a senior to not go to the food market and get, a potato themselves, but to go through an app? It's almost, you want them to do technology, but you're not going to advertise on technology. How would you do that?
So for an elderly person, we'd like to advertise that our app is easier to use. If you look at Instacart or DoorDash, their layout is very clunky and very hard to use. It's confusing. For grocery, we like to research what type of layout best suits a customer. What is easier to use? What is fastest to use? What makes the customer feel secure and unbothered? So we implement a layout that would suit elderly people so they are happier to use our app over going to the grocery store themselves. For elderly people, we like to mention that it's harder to move around when you're weaker or when you're unable to move around as much. My grandfather, a couple of years ago, he had a heart attack. He couldn't move at all. I want to provide a service that allows people who are bedridden or just can't move outside of their house, a service that allows them to get their groceries for them or get their basic needs delivered to them.
Would they be able to put the groceries away? Because that would be an issue. If they got the groceries and just put at the door, now they got to carry the groceries from the door to their kitchen and, like you said, lift up, put the groceries away or put them in the refrigerator. Would they be able to put them away?
We provide a service where our drivers also help the customer. Under our state manager, they're managing the hiring of drivers. They're going to do background checks and make sure that they haven't done multiple deliveries before. Background checks to make sure that the customer is safe in their homes, allowing someone to come in and help them.
Also, would they have the option of calling on the phone if they wanted to place an order? And because if they don't have a smartphone or they're completely, don't have a computer, would they be able to call on the phone and order?
Not at the moment,
No.
but if we were to provide that option, we had them go through either our state manager or sales representative, and they would deliver that information to a driver to make this order for this address. So instead of the driver going through an app, they would do it on paper or in their head mentally.
All right, let's give it up for Quintus. Great job.
Thank you.
Now he knows what it's like being under a thorough cross-examination. So thank you very much. And next up is Madeline Cummings and her Presentful gift finder app. She plans to study political science. I was going to say poli-sci and then stumbled over that. At either Georgetown University or George Washington University or any other school that starts with the word George. And then she tends to pursue a career as an attorney. So Madeline Cummings.
Hi Sharks, my name is Madeline Cummings and I'm here to present my company Presentful. So you're probably asking right now, what is Presentful? Presentful is a last-minute/personalized gift finder for your loved ones. And we are featured currently on all big app stores, but we also offer our services on our website as well. So why did I start Presentful? When it comes to me, I am notoriously bad at planning ahead, especially when it comes to gift giving. So this app provides a way for me to know, what's the best gift for someone, especially cater to their interests or their age group or how much you want to spend on it. And it also provides last-minute options. So to begin, we request our users to take a survey. Now this is a one-time survey it's just talking about you yourself, the user. So you're going to give information like your location, your age, and other things that could help, for each time you buy a gift. This is essential information in order to know what we would need to provide with you. Then it is time for us to give information on the person they are buying a gift for. So this is a different survey in which every single time that you're buying a new gift for a new person or a new occasion, you're going to have to provide information on that. And it's just quick surveys with quick information and also some leading questions such as what are their interests, so that oh, I never thought of that before, never thought about how this would factor into getting a gift. And then we offer 3 options from there. So this is just a little drop of my app and what it would look like. That's the beginning survey that you would have to take. And then this is also just an example of you put in all the information and then we show you 3 different options. You could either do it yourself. We provide instructions on how to do it yourself. This is for our users who don't want to spend as much money or they want to give a personalized touch to a gift. You can buy it in store. This is especially good for the people who are buying it last minute because you don't have time to get it delivered most of the time. So if we give you options and we pinpoint which store to find it, where to find it, you can go out there and buy it yourself, and you don't have to wander around a department store or whatever in order to find this gift. And then our last option, of course, is to get it delivered. So our target market right now is young to middle-aged adults because they're more tech-savvy and will be more likely to use a service like this. We're currently only in the U.S., but if we hope to expand one day internationally, but that would take a lot of different different things because I'll get into that later. And we also hope to target sales and pharmaceutical reps who are looking to buy gifts for holidays or other special occasions or condolence gifts or something like that for doctors or offices in which they are trying to attract sales from. Okay, so for our current expected 2022 sales, we do expect to make a return of $375,000. And then also, For our app, we have a paid membership version where these members will get like a no ad version of our app. And they'll also be provided more special services for paying, and it's currently $4.99 a month. And then we also receive some revenue from partnerships with companies, because we ourselves do not deliver or provide these gifts. We do not manufacture anything. We simply promote the products that other businesses have in order to attract them to that product. So in order to be featured on our app or our website, they will pay us money so that we, it's like almost like, the paid sponsorship. So this is, so you could see some of our revenue from memberships, partnerships, advertising. That's broken up because we do make money also off of the advertising for the free version, as you can see, and then some of our expenses as well. This is just a continued breakup of how much revenue we would make from each different source of revenue. So my current ask is $100,000 for a 20% stake in our company. And you can ask any questions you would like.
Oh, okay.
Sure. So, is your app currently up and running?
Yes, as you can see, this is a little mock-up of our app and how it looks currently.
Okay, so because when you said that it was a mock-up, but you actually, and that 3,000 plus is already paying members that you have now.
Yeah, so this is our expected 2022 sales.
Okay.
So that's from how many memberships we expect to have, because we expect around 1 million members by the end of this year, and probably about 1% of them are paying members, and that's where we come up with that number.
Okay. Okay. So when did you have you launched yet?
Yes, we've launched.
When did you actually
launch? We are currently running. We've launched a little bit last year. So this 2021, if you think about it in that way.
So how many members do you have paying members yet, as of yet?
Yeah, so we have about 1,000 paying members, and we hope by the end of the year to boost that to about 3 to 5K, which would bring us to the number that we're expected to.
Okay, so you feel like you're on track for that?
Yep, we feel we're on track.
Okay, and what's your advertising venues for right now? Did I miss that?
Yes, no, I didn't go over it yet.
Okay.
So we currently, no, don't worry. So these are example of some of the ads that we have. We were promoting on social media because that's where a large part of our market will be, because they're going to be more adept to using technology for this kind of stuff. And we also want to promote on Google advertising, because from personal experience, a lot of people find good gifts to find or whatever, or something gift, and we want to be near the top of that list, so the users will click on our website in order to find us, and then from there they could use our app.
Another quick, let's have somebody else want to go. As far as your delivery, is that an in-house function, or do you use Uber or DoorDash type?
So we haven't ruled out anything in terms of they're picking it up from the store itself, local stores. And I know we were talking about that before with the they could do that. But right now, if you want to get it delivered, you're going to have to go personally through because we'll link the website for the product, and then they'll get it delivered through the manufacturer, whoever is providing this product. So we do not handle any of the manufacturer delivering on ourselves right now. And if we were to roll out a feature where, say, someone from, because if you see now with DoorDash, you can order flowers or other things that are not necessarily food. So if we could create some sort of partnership with them, or they could go to these local stores and pick out that gift and get it delivered right to the door for people who are willing to spend that money, then that was what we would want to implement. We wouldn't want to do our own delivery service ourselves, because that would just be too many variables that we wouldn't be able to control.
Well, I know that's something I'd be willing to pay for, because I always need last-minute gifts. And right?
I think it's smart to go after pharmaceutical and corporate people that would buy for their clients, especially during the holidays.
Especially because I know from my job, we provide a lot of food for them, because I work at a catering company. So they do have a budget that they're willing to spend money on, and they buy like a gift baskets or stuff like that. So I know that there is money out there for us to take advantage of these pharmaceutical reps who want to buy a gift for these kind of people.
Are there any additional benefits besides just no ads for it sounds like it's like $60 a month. That's about half of what Prime is. Are there additional benefits that they get?
Yeah, so when we do roll out our features with like the delivery, like that won't be provided for all members just because we do want to make more revenue off of that. And if we make it more exclusive, then we have more people who will be willing to sign up as members. But currently, I believe it is only the no ads. And also we provide them more options because while we like to provide a lot of options for our users, it can be a little limited. And if you can't find anything else with the current like search results that you are getting, we'll provide more options for the premium members.
Great, thanks.
Have you thought about other options such as, keeping the surveys? So if I put it in for my husband, then next time I won't have to do that. Or also it can send me alerts and say it's his birthday, it's an anniversary, call mom.
Does he forget?
But, stuff like that. So not only do I have almost like a personal shopper, but I also have someone to remind me to purchase those gifts.
So yeah, it has been brought to my attention before that people would be interested in this sort of feature. So especially if we just make it like you can put people into the app and like save it to your user, so that if it just changes occasion or how much you want to spend for it, we can like change that. But we don't have that currently implemented, but that is definitely something we are looking into because it'd make it a lot easier for our users.
How much is the membership now?
I said it's $4.99.
You did? I missed
yeah.
it, okay.
Yeah.
Great job. Give it up for Maddie. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right. And that's it for our first round of finalists. Thank you. Welcome back to Shark Tank 2022 Finals Award Show. Great collaboration between Toms River Schools and Toms River South's Business Academy and the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce. I'm Jeremy Grunin. I'm going to take you through the finalists for today and who our scholarship winners are. So first, I want to send out a couple of thank yous. I would like to first start by thanking Principal Sitta. Thank you so much for being with us and for hosting us. Appreciate that. Vice Principal Peck in the back there. He's just he's pointing. He's good at that apparently. Great job. And Business Academy teacher Gary Azzolini, thank you so much. I'd also want to thank folks from the Toms River Chamber of Commerce. Danielle Norcross, who's done an amazing job. She is the CEO, Executive Director of the Chamber. Thank you, Danielle. Phil Brilliant, Chairman of the Board. Phil, thank you for all you do. And not pictured here, Maria Papanikolaou, who does an amazing job helping out every day with the Chamber. So with that, I also want to just take 1 minute to thank our Sharks today. So Dominic Farrow of Farrow Tees, Jessica Evans of Davis and Eastman Munoz of Payon, Phil Brilliant gets a double call out. That's how he rolls. Owner of Brilliant Environmental, Danielle again, we said her already. Marin Balick, Executive Director of the Toms River Business Improvement District, who's with us. Stacy Romano, AVP of M&T Bank. Jeffrey Dingzer, owner of Acme Video Products. That's a lie, Productions. And Adam Binder, owner of Creative Click Media. Thank you so much for your volunteering. With that, I want to thank an unbelievable group of kids. And the most important thing, they're not kids, they're young adults. But it's just the quality of the presentations that we saw was really outstanding. I could tell you that the scoring, we actually had the auditing firm here of Deloitte & Touche that made sure that the numbers were right. And the delta, can't use delta anymore, can we? That's a COVID term now. The difference between first and 10th was very, very small, actually, when it comes right down to it. But really great job. So we give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much. So with that, we're going to announce the finalists, the top winners. And I just wanted, Vanna, if you could just show us, I'm sorry, Danielle, you could show us, you also, each of the finalists, the final awardees will also win, courtesy of Farrow's, this beautiful Business Academy backpack, which I think has an eBay value of $99.99. So feel free to go put that towards your business plan. So with that, we are going to start. And we had a tie to start for third place. Okay, so what we decided to do is actually give neither of you the scholarship. It was the only fair way to handle it. So that's a lie. We're actually going to give both of you a $1,000 scholarship, one of them courtesy of Green Label Title. So thank you, Green Label Title, one of our sponsors. The other one courtesy of the Grunin Foundation. It always costs me money to do things like that. So those winners first. First, let's give a big hand, a round of applause to Sadie Dickman. Great job. Just stand up, wave to the crowd. Take your bows. And tied for third place is Madison Miranda. Great job. I always wonder when you hand out third place if they're like happy or like they're like sad that they didn't get second or first place. You can tell us later. It's okay though. Second place, runner-up, so close. $1,500 scholarship from the H. Hovnanian Foundation. Logan Burt in second place. Great job. And our winner of $2,000, sponsored by M&T Bank. And this presentation was so good that we actually had some of the Sharks looking online to download the app because they actually believed that there were thousands of people who already had this app. Maddie Cummings, great job. Congratulations. Perfect. Yes. I wouldn't tell you who did that, Jeffrey Dingser. But once again, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, on behalf of Tom's River Schools, thank you so much for this. This was a really great day and a great effort last week and this week. And thank you again for all your hard work and congratulations to the winners and everyone else. So thank you so much.